boys, I'm back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the new freaky point guard agendas in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, and how you guys can grind them to get one of the overall best point guards in Amethyst Shaun Livingston for free. We're going to be talking about the best way to grind that, how you can get Shaun Livingston not only for free, but also relatively quickly as well. Now, as we dive into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support. So here's the deal. 5 simple agendas for Shaun Livingston. Not super difficult to do. Let's start at the top. Score 36 points with a point guard in a game. You can do that in clutch time offline. You can. Really easy to do. Make 4 free throws with point guards over multiple games. That's fine. I'm sure during these 10 clutch time games, you're naturally going to get that done. 50 assists with point guards over multiple games. Super easy to do. Make 23 pointers with point guards over multiple games. Super easy to do. Now, here's the big thing. Here's the one thing that I definitely recommend you guys doing as you're grinding this out. So I would do it all in clutch time offline. Because clutch time online probably is just going to take you a little more time unless you got to grind clutch time online for like Shay. I'd go into clutch time offline. And the main thing you're going to want to focus on is running a double point guard lineup. Because here's the deal. Let's say I run Steph and Kyrie together. Whether it's Steph making free throws or Kyrie making free throws, it's going to count. Whether Steph's getting assists or Kyrie's getting assists, it's going to count. Same thing with point guards, or same thing with 3-pointers. Now, this obviously you're going to have to do with only one player, but again, I don't think that's going to be super difficult to do. And so when I'm heading into clutch time offline, here's probably what I'm going to do. I might run Wade next to Kyrie or Steph. No matter, it doesn't really matter. But just make sure you're running a double point guard lineup so both these guys have point guard eligibility. Now, outside of them, I'm strictly running bad gold players. I want the easiest matchmaking possible. And why would I run a good squad when I can run horrible golds, get easier matchups, and it's going to be easier to score with Kyrie, going to be easier to get assists with Kyrie. Again, if you want to run Kyrie next to Steph, that is totally up to you. But I would go out there with the lineup. If you want to run Simbular, that's fine. Or Wemby. But I would go out with a lineup similar to this. Make sure you're having a couple good point guards in your lineup that's going to help you get these agendas done as quickly as possible, especially the 36 points. And you do that, you're going to be moving and grooving. Now, what I would try to do is I would try to knock this 36 points out in the first game you play. Because in clutch time offline, if we can go there, you guys can see I'm still on pro difficulty. But it gets harder as you go up the tier. So let's say you're at 36 wins. You're probably going to want to grind it sooner rather than later, because once you do get to the all-star level, it is going to be harder to score the points. But as long as you're like under, I don't know, however many wins, as long as you're under 40 wins, it should be relatively easy to do on pro difficulty in general. Now, the one thing about it is it's going to take you on average, I don't know, 6-7 minutes per game. So in general, the 10 clutch time offline games is going to take you, I don't know, little over an hour probably to do. Now, the one thing I would try to see is, can you get any of these other things done in the games? Now, a lot of these probably just going to happen as you go, but let's say you get everything with point guards done. Okay, then score in the paint with centers. You need something with shooting guards done. Okay, score in the paint with point guard or shooting guard. See, the point guard / shooting guard, super important, because then you can knock out 2 with 1. But try to knock out some of these if you don't have them done as you do go through it. Now, obviously, the unlimited can't happen. The triple threat can't happen. And, you know, that's just the one thing about it is ultimately you're going to have to play the game a decent amount to grind these out. But it shouldn't take you much more than an hour. I think really in an hour, if you're sweating and extend your lead enough so they don't foul at the end, in an hour of playing the game, you should be able to add Shaun Livingston, one of the best overall point guards, to your squad for free. Now, that's the big thing for me. You get Shaun Livingston, you get a bunch of these other cards as well as you're going through things. And remember, these cards all do go for Giannis. So for me, for example, obviously I still need Paul George, and we're still going to have the Tuesday drop. But if you get those cards, you're almost all the way to Giannis. Now, this last set is going to be probably the most expensive set, so just keep that on your radar, keep that in the back of your minds. But as you're going through things, maybe you'll be able to eventually get get Giannis while grinding these things out as well. Because Giannis, he's gonna be expensive. There's no question about it. But the nice part about it is if you get Giannis, you get some other guys with him as well. Because if I go in here to my collection, let's say you're trying to lock in for Giannis. Well, you're going to get Paul George, you're going to get AK, you're going to get Magic, and then you're going to get, obviously, whoever comes out in the Tuesday set as well. I don't recommend locking in Giannis. I don't think I'm probably going to do it, but I'm just saying you do get a lot of things along the way. So that's just the one thing I would encourage you guys to at least consider as you guys are seeing all of this new content. So as far as all of these, I would say the centers one takes the longest just because salary cap can kind of extend. But this, I mean, 10 Clutch Time Offline games shouldn't be super hard. And honestly, guys, turn on YouTube videos. Hey, play my No Money Spent Squad series while grinding these out. Before you know it, after 2 episodes, you're going to be the most of the way through Clutch Time Offline, and you're going to be able to really move and groove. The one thing about it, 50 assists, that's a lot of assists. And so that's the one reason I would encourage you guys to run that double point guard lineup. And if you want to run Kyrie with Steph, that's something you obviously could do as well, just to run a couple really good, scoring options. What I'll probably do is run, my main score is going to be Kyrie, and if I have to, have assists, that is going to be done with Dwayne Wade. So, I don't know. I'm super excited to grind this thing out. Another thing you could do is if you really wanted an easy matchup and you're, let's say, going to score with Kyrie anyways, get a gold point guard that can get play badge. So let's say like Gordon Dragic, because I think he gets play badge, and then run Kyrie at the 2, and then just really, try to get play badge with Dragic, sharp badge with Kyrie. I think actually Kyrie has play badge, so maybe you want to do it with Steph, who gets sharp badge. But at any rate, guys, you can really move and groove. If you can combine play badge with sharp badge, that's where you're really going to notice the points being super easy to score, especially for that 36-point challenge. So for the 36-point challenge, definitely would recommend running like all golds and then let's say a Kyrie, a Steph to make that happen really, really easy. But within 1 hour, guys, you should at least be almost done with this thing. And again, in Clutch Time Offline, it's not like something you really have to sweat. It's going to be super, super easy to do. So for me, I'm going to log on to the No Money Spent Squad series now and start grinding that. Because on the No Money Spent Squad series, I've been able to stay up to date with every single one of these daily content drops. On this account, been a little behind. But on that account, I got Steve Smith. I got Shawn Bradley. I'm going to add Shawn Livingston to the squad as well. And just with, let's say, Shawn Livingston, Steve Smith, I don't love Shawn Bradley, but you're adding some really, really, really good cards to your squad that can play at a really high level. So that's something that I'm super excited about. So for me, that's exactly where I'm going. If you want to see my grind in Clutch Time Offline, kind of see how that goes, watch the Nobody Spent Squad series today. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.